Good morning. Day off yesterday and a good choice as well. Not much going on. You fancy joining Football Trading Profits for the Champions League and the Championship this evening? I'll click on the link at the website with the free trial offer, or the Betfair Trading Made Easy course where you get your Premier League research the weekend in your inbox. Don't forget to subscribe to youtube.com/@football trading profits. Looking at yesterday, not really much going on. Emphatic stuff from Como in a tough to call match. We didn't know how Mallorca fared against the top nine away from home because they'd never played them before, but that is troublesome, as is this pattern for Wolves now. This is the third time they've been done by a side in the top 10. Could have laid the draw second half, arguably, I would say here. Both sides needing the win. This is the pattern that I'm referring to. Under new manager, you always have to be a little wary under the new manager, but it's quite clear if you have a look at Wolves against the top sides, even under new management, still can't get the win. They can do it fine against out of sorts sides like Leicester, Man United and Tottenham. When it comes to Nottingham Forest, where are they? Third. Newcastle, where are they? Sixth. Chelsea, where are they? Fourth. You see the pattern. And consistently 2 or 3 goals conceded make it 3. So do note that pattern under the new manager when Wolves are playing Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, maybe down to Bournemouth. You note they've conceded 3 against Aston Villa. Wolves' season is going to be determined by their results against this lot and lower. You have to start improving their win rate. And at home against 12th and lower, you'd expect them to be picking up points as well. But in the future, under this new manager, any top 7 side, you would not be favouring Wolves at all. Como Udinese, no clue about this one at all. Good result for Cesc Fabregas' side. And as I say, Villarreal. Today is all down to the Champions League. Do watch out for matches. I think Wednesday, the likes of Celtic against the Young Boys. The Young Boys are out. They've got nothing to play for. So we've got to be very careful in our selection of matches. Got some obvious home favourites, Atalanta and Liverpool this evening. PSV Eindhoven losing at the weekend. Now you know why. Loss, draw, loss, nearly a draw. 2 late goals from Darwin Núñez. This is why these sides don't perform well at the weekend prior to the Champions League. This is so important. Draw for Galatasaray as well when utterly dominating their league match at the weekend. It's all because of this. So watching brief this evening, it's all down to the in-play stats. Do read these previews. I've done the research for members. It's going to have to be strongly in-play stats based. These are very tough matches to unpack, aren't they? I couldn't pick the winner. Atletico Madrid by Leverkusen, couldn't pick the winner at all. 1-0 defeat for Atleti at the weekend. 2.15 the favourite, Benfica Barcelona. Very tough matches to unpack trading wise. I don't have strong trading angles at all. English Championship might be a little different, and League One and League Two. We can dip our toe into 1 or 2 of these championship matches at Soccer Stats. But again, if you look at matches like this, 2.63 the favourite. New manager as well for Coventry, old Frank Lampard. Wonder if he's as good as Wayne Rooney and Ruud van Nistelrooy as managers. It's a tough old coupon today. 2.10, 2.15, 2.5, 2.4, 2.1. The market's telling you it's very tough. So let's pick 1 or 2 of these and see if we can unpack them. I'll start with Hull against QPR. It looks a tough evening this evening, doesn't it? So in-play stats will dominate proceedings for me this evening, and the market as well. I will focus predominantly on odds-on favourites. Hull City, well, after only 3 wins until the 14th of December, it's now 3 wins since the 21st of December. Single loss at home against Middlesbrough, 90th minute goal. They'll be disappointed with that. You can see they've tried to be more defensive, but then great performance, it must be said, against Leeds, because that was a 1-3 loss in the 72nd minute. So they'll be absolutely delighted to come out with that. Can they gain any momentum from that? Because they are playing a side with real momentum in QPR. Only the one loss against the Swans since the 23rd of November. It's rock solid stuff. But away from home, they're a lot more vulnerable. Draw there, loss, draw, and only a 0-1 win against a poor Plymouth. So away from home, Hull might be fancying it with his QPR, who don't look that good on the road, do they? Conceded though, Hull in the last 12 at home. Going to have to sort that out, aren't they? Where are these two? Well, it's relegation 6-pointer stuff for Hull City. And it's mid-table mediocrity for QPR. You can see where they're dropping points this season. Far too many draws. But what might be worrying Hull? Win against 20th, win against 23rd, win against 24th, away from home. A real solid pattern. This is what the challenge table can show you. So you'd be subtly favouring QPR today, just on that form against 20th and lower, away from home. But that said, Hull City against 13th and lower at home are unbeaten. Looking at goal times, they can be a vital clue to any trading angles. And you can see very, very late goals in Hull City matches. So if Hull are competitive coming into the 75th minute, they might be vulnerable late on. But that said, if it's only a 1 goal in it, we might see a Hull goal as well. Well, certainly QPR do all of their best work second half. 80% of their goals scored away from home have come second half. So we've got a second half angle there. If it's a draw at half time in this Hull QPR match, I would be looking at the potential of taking that on second half with so many second half goal stats for both teams. Let's look at another match. Let's look at one of these toughies, and we'll probably come to the conclusion that we don't have a conclusion. 2.5 the favourite, the market's telling you. We can't split these two sides. So let's have a look. See if the market is right. Swansea, Sheffield United. You know what you're going to get with the Blades, don't you? Very tight, very tough to beat. Probably looking for a 0-1 or a 0-2. But are these two going to cancel each other out? Well, we will see. The Swans at home are excellent. Their defeats have been very, very competitive defeats. 3 goals against Leeds, where they were actually leading at half time. And you see that man, Liam Cullen. He tends to turn up there against QPR, which we've just looked at. That's what I meant. I saw his name, Liam Cullen. So notable. Unbeaten in 3 at home, beating QPR and Luton Town. Look pretty good, don't they? Very competitive in defeat to the big guns. And the Black Cats there as well, leading at half time against both of these two sides. So we might see the Swans lead at half time here, but not necessarily hold on to that lead. Sheffield United, well, absolutely nothing really to complain about for them. Although their 3 of their 4 defeats away have come away from home. Going through a bit of a rough patch over Christmas, but is that because of the teams they're meeting? Are they meeting some solid teams? Let's have a look. Scored in the last 8 away and scored in the last 7 at home. So both teams are used to scoring. This is 13th against 2nd. And again, the challenge table really is pointing you in the direction of the Blades, isn't it? Look at Swansea. But notably, very, very competitive, as I've said, have led at half-time in both of these matches, playing second today, who they lost 1-0 to. That's probably why it's 2.5 the favourite, isn't it? Because they can score 2+ goals against the big guns. As to the Blades, well, their only losses have come against the top 7. Really, if you're looking at bare form like this against 8th and lower, totally unbeaten. Absolutely unbeaten. So 2.5 the favourite. Why are we getting 2.5 the favourite? You've got to respect the market. Could be down to an injury concern or two for Sheffield United. It could be down to the fact that the Swans are so competitive against the top 4. Don't forget they've led in both of those matches at half time. That could be a ready angle. If they're leading at half time in this match today, they don't hold on to their leads. At least that's what those 2 matches are showing us. So you could see Sheffield United in the second half do something. Over 2.5 goals, well, it's less than 50-50. So we're not too clear. But looking at the performance against the top 4, you'd be expecting both teams to score. But 36% overs away from home as well for Sheffield United. It's their typical, we're going to win 0-2 or 0-1. But that mostly happens against 16th and lower. And they're playing 13th today. Goal times. Let's have a look. Away for the away side, home for the home side. Again, it's a first half bias. We've seen that against the top 4, haven't we? So we might be seeing the Swans leading at half time here, but not necessarily at full time. 9 of their 14 goals conceded at home have come second half. So notable. 5-0 at half time away, only 1 at full time. That does suggest again a second half bias there, but it's mostly at the end of the first half where Sheffield United do the most damage. An interesting market, isn't it? 2.5 the favourite, but notably Swansea could be doing their best work in the first half, but not hold on to the lead. At least that's what it says. Millwall against Cardiff. Let's have a look at that. No one likes them. No one likes them, but they don't care. They are Millwall from the Den, and no one likes them, but they don't care. Let's have a look at Millwall against Cardiff. Going through a very rough patch at the moment, Millwall. The home fans not happy at all. 4 home defeats have been 0-1. It's very disconcerting, isn't it? Very disconcerting. And a real struggle. It could suggest if Cardiff score first, particularly with those 1-1s, Cardiff might be vulnerable. So watch out for that. Away from home, draw, win, draw, loss. So it's a tricky one, isn't it? What does the market say? 2.15 for Millwall. Not exactly a strong favourite, are they, at home? That 1-0 itis is a big problem. 10 consecutive under 2.5 goal matches at home. Very, very defensively led. But contrast that with both teams scoring in the last 6 away for the away side, Cardiff. So a big contrast. 2.15 is not a strong favourite, is it? Millwall, 17th against 20th. Arguable relegation 6-pointer-ish, isn't it? Both sides in desperate need for points as the matches run out. Millwall, well, we don't know how many points they are above Portsmouth. We can check that out at uk.soccerway.com. Go to the Championship and just bring that up. And it will show you where these two are relative to the relegation zone. Only 1 point above for Cardiff. 4 points for Millwall. That's a win and a draw above. Don't forget, Luton and Plymouth have both played a game more, as has Hull. So it's vitally important for these two to get the win. And with that in mind, for me, I would be laying any late draw here because 3 points is absolutely vital. But the ultra defensive Millwall is not paying off, is it? They keep getting done, particularly against relegation threatened sides. It's either a 1-1 or a 1-0 or a 0-1. Consistent pattern of unders. Does suggest if Millwall concede first, you might be able to take insurance out on Cardiff and then look at Millwall +1 and hope it stays 1-0 or 1-1. Cardiff, though, can threaten to, well, no, they can't threaten. They can against 18th, 15th, 14th, and 8th, but they do concede 2+ goals as well against the 18th and 21st. This, for me, relegation 6-pointer. And when I see a relegation 6-pointer, I tend to focus on laying the very late draw. They've got to get points at this stage of the season. Again, very strong second half. We've seen this already with Millwall, and we've profited from it. Late goals in Millwall matches to end the 0-0s. If you've attended a live stream or two, we have profited very well from this pattern. 90th minute, Ivanovic goal. Any others? I think we've had some late goals. That was the one that stood out for me. And you could see that. Like Sassuolo at the weekend, you can just see that there, can't you? 5 goals scored in the last 15 minutes. 71% of their goals scored at home have come second half. That's where Millwall's strength lie. But as you can see, it's highly likely to be unders. 7 0-0s at half time at home, none at full time suggests you lay the draw second half. So that's a couple in what is a very tough coupon this evening. Let's have a look at one more match from English League One. English League Two was very poor to us. Don't forget, new manager for Fleetwood, so be very careful with them. Got that unexpected win against Salford at the weekend. Wigan and Burton. Let's have a look at an odds-on favourite. Let's see whether the market is right here. Wigan and Burton in English League One. Premier League, Championship, English League One. Wigan and Burton. Old Richard playing away from home today. Why are Wigan odds on? Well, 2 defeats in 3. Conceding 2 goals at home in the last 3 home matches. It's not the form of a strong favourite, is it? But then they could be strong favourite because Burton have only got 2 wins all season. 3 score draws in the last 4 for Burton as well. That's not too shabby. They have tended to be competitive when the odds suggest they're not meant to be competitive. So watch out for that. Particularly this Peterborough. They were leading 2-0 there. But they do look to be unable to hold on to a lead, don't they? In 3 of those 4 draws. So watch out if they score first, Burton Albion, they might not be able to hold on to that lead. And indeed, Wigan have conceded in the last 6 at home, so we might see a both teams to score angle today. I would certainly be in favour of Wigan, particularly with their impressive form against 13th and lower. Only the 1 defeat, scoring 2+ goals as well in 3 out of 4 home matches against 19th and lower. Don't forget, this is a relegation 6-pointer for Burton. And you're going to see from now on, or at least from February to April, you're going to see some shock results for these relegation threatened sides. They're going to pull off some unexpected wins, particularly against some of the big guns. So do watch out for that this season. Only 2 occasions away from home have Burton scored that second goal, and those resulted in score draws. So you'll be favouring Wigan. Only the 1 defeat, home and away against 13th and lower. Pretty solid stuff. Goal times. Well, Wigan are vulnerable in the last half hour. 6 of their 7 goals conceded at home in the second half have come in the last half hour. But is there any firepower from Burton? Well, it looks as if the substitutes might make a difference. This is what you tend to see when a manager puts subs on in the hour mark or thereabouts. You start seeing the goals occurring, don't you? 5 0-0s at half time away, none at full time. So that suggests 2 at full time. Not the best strike rate, it's about 40%, isn't it? If my maths is right. No, 60% strike rate. 3 0-0s at half time at home, 2 at full time. So not a very good lay the 0-0 second half, is it? So I've done all the research on all of these matches for members. These are just a few I've picked out for you to check out. It looks a very tough coupon this evening, but I'll be on hand for members from 5:45 onward. It's going to be a very, very big in-play stats day today. I use this one here, so that's going to be my main focus this evening in unpacking these matches, the in-play stats. What I tend to do, coupons like this, hoover up the odds on favourites to start with. Anything under 1.9, because the market's already giving us a clue, isn't it? That'll be an initial focus. Stuttgart odds on against Slovan Bratislava. PSV Eindhoven losing at the weekend. Now can they make that count against Red Star Belgrade and Atalanta? They all go into the My Games facility. You put this on so you get alerted whenever a goal has come in an odds-on favourite match. Your job as a trader is to generate trading angles. This is one way of doing it. Use the market. Okay, the market will give you clues, and then see with the in-play stats, which you can get here as well for free at Soccer24. You'll see the stats turn up as the match goes in play. So have a great day. I will be seeing members of footballtradingprofits.com over on Telegram from 5:45 onwards. I can't promise you a trade or two. As ever, we are reacting to events. I don't know if it's going to be a bumper night or if we're not going to have anything. We will find out. It is a very tough championship coupon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 2.1, the favourite. Toughie. But we've already seen some potential angles, haven't we? Have a great day. I will see members of footballtradingprofits.com later on Telegram. If you fancy joining, youtube.com/@footballtradingprofits. I might be doing a live stream for free this weekend or at the beginning of February. So make sure you're subscribed for that. The live streams have been brilliant if you watched yesterday's video. Got lots of green screens. That's what it's all about, trying to make you some money. Have a great day.